Hello there, everyone. All right, just getting the lives up. Okay, I got TikTok and Instagram going, YouTube going, live. All right, we got YouTube going. There's Instagram. And I hate that TikTok makes it second screen. Don't close that one. Closing it. No, close it. What the heck is YouTube? Why is YouTube doing that? Hi, Bo. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, you guys are quick with it. Quick, yeah, you guys are in it. What's going on? What's going on, guys? For anyone who's new here, this is the Lunchtime Live. We're here for an hour to answer your airsoft and non-airsoft related questions. So this is the place to do it. And, live from jail. Live from Amped Airsoft. So we do answer the questions in order. So we will go from the oldest to newest. So if you feel like we haven't gotten your question yet, we will get to it. I promise. Just hang out, and all questions do get answered. And we are streaming on TikTok and YouTube as well as Instagram. So if you prefer different platforms, check those out. YouTube has by far the best quality. I don't want it. It's actually really, really
I'll
good.
try it later.
I will try it later.
You should have it now.
No.
Why not?
Sorry to hear about the store, fellas. Thank you. It is an unfortunate event. But
what's really funny is how many times that doors got kicked. Just like people opening and closing it, and it finally broke.
Yeah. Not how we expected it.
Not how we expected it.
But we're doing good. Everyone's good. That's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Product can be replaced. So, but we're looking into it, and we'll keep you guys updated. We appreciate the support and the overwhelming support that we got. It means a lot. So
we should do like live updates. Like we should be standing outside with the wind and the rain going, and be like, live update about the break-in.
Like the like a weatherman.
Yeah, basically we're weathermen, but we're talking about a break-in.
Yeah, seriously, guys, it means a lot. Thank you so much. Thoughts on the Tech MWS M4A1?
The MWS system is a good system that TM has. The M4A1, I love the style of M4A1s always, and TM, I think, knocked out of the park with that one too. I would grab one if you're looking for that kind of a system. Just if you're not really looking to deal with the problems of a recoil system, then I would not. I would grab something else.
Great guns, have a lot of upgrades, a lot of aftermarket support, but finicky a little bit. Good overall.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yo, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Good. Well, hello there. Hello, my friend. Always here on time. Yo, sorry about the store. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
We'll probably talk about that a few times this live.
Yeah.
Just in different instances. So, if I buy an airsoft tank, could you guys take the reg off so I can bring it on a plane?
If you put it in the comments, yeah, we'll do that for you. We have the wrench and everything, so yeah, that's not a problem. Just put in the comments, and I think we read almost every comment from our shipping team. So yeah, just let us know. That's a super simple thing for us to do for you.
Yep. Just either purchase extra O-rings or like a lubricant for the O-rings, because when you reassemble, and have the tool to reassemble. Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
And just also keep in mind, if you're flying somewhere with it and we've taken the head apart for you, you fly there, you're going to pressurize it. Now it's going to be pressure locked. And then when you go to fly back, you're going to have to find somebody to take the head back off for you before you fly on the plane again.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a two-way trip.
Yeah, sorry to hear about the break-in. How's the store? The store is, it looks a little, it's the entrance. It's a little down. If you saw the Instagram post, you'll see that the front door was completely shattered. So it's currently sealed back up in a not permanent solution.
Yes.
It looks pretty rough. But
we're going to door, I think, next week.
Yeah, we've called around a little bit to see who's doing it. We're talking about changing it up, doing something a little bit more resistant to breaking.
Ballistic glass.
No. But one way or the other, improvements are hopefully going to be made.
I think we need ballistic glass. No. It's this perfect excuse.
We do not need ballistic
glass.
We
need, clearly, shock-proof. Like
drink it now.
You'll like it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's pretty good.
Karen, he hates your drink.
Good. I would drink it. It's
good.
It's like a Ghost. It has the same. It has that flavor. It's weird. I like it. Any police leads?
Yeah, we have a few.
Yeah, very internal stuff at the moment. So, nothing quite yet. Don't close me.
Don't close me.
Hey guys, from one business to another, I'm very sorry to hear about what happened, and hope you guys come out stronger and better than ever. Thanks, Bellotto. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna learn. Find our kind of weak points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we already we've had a few meetings this week, and we've already made a lot of changes that this illustrated to what some stuff we were doing, especially on the retail side. So we definitely are making changes, and it's generally turning out to be a good thing, I think, in the long run. You all have plenty of pyro for Liberty. So we do have a decent amount of pyro for Liberty. Now, what I will say is we're going to have smoke, like we're going to have a ton of smoke for sale on site. Any frag-style grenade is basically going to be a tagging grenade. And the only way for you to have access to those is if you pre-ordered them. They're coming in waves right now, and they are very sought after. So basically, if you have not pre-ordered, pre-order already, because you're not getting them for probably the next 3 months unless you pre-order, and then you're probably going to get it the next month or so, maybe even sooner. I'm not going to comment on that though. But for Liberty, yeah, we'll have plenty of pyro. Things would be good, especially at that field. Smoke grenades are going to be wanted for those dense woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Smoke is a underutilized aspect of the game.
And if you guys aren't going off Liberty, what's wrong with you? Go to off Liberty, because honestly, a lot of us in the shop, this might be one of the biggest trips we're doing for the shop. There's a ton of us coming that aren't even just working at it. A lot of us are coming to play. This is going to be like a little shop vacation for us. So if you guys haven't been to Skirmish, if you guys haven't been to an AMS, or if you have been to both before, combining those two things is going to be awesome. It's going to be a really, really cool event. Skirmish is literally one of our favorite fields to go to. So if you're not going, why aren't you? And figure out a way to.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very excited. I know I'm excited. Yeah, I have all my stuff. I actually put it all together. I haven't done that yet.
I did that right tonight.
Yes. Usually it's the day before, so I'm feeling a little ahead of the game. Bob says, it was the fastest I ever got to the shop.
Yeah.
Zooming. Are you guys going to the I assume MSATO?
Yes, we are.
Hospital.
We are going. That is going up today.
What, a post?
The event page and the night vision rental page will be up today.
Okay. Any update on Photonus or NNV tubes rolling in?
No, right now, we are working on a few channels to get the NNVTs because I've seen enough reviews of them that I'm okaying them to be brought in once we get a supply line figured out for them. I've talked to a few different guys who already carry them, and they're trying to help us get some in, even if it's through them or stuff like that. So we're going to try and get the NNVTs in. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to be as upfront as I can. Photonus, I would not expect that for a few months. They are fulfilling wartime contracts right now. If you are under a rock, there's two major conflicts happening in the world right now. A few others than those two, but two gigantic conflicts happening right now that Photonus is fulfilling wartime contracts for those conflicts right now. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for Photonus right now. We do have L3 and L-bit tubes though, so if you want really crazy tubes.
What are your opinions on the PTS mags?
They're great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say PTS is one of the most consistent companies when it comes to like performance for their magazines. They don't really make a bad one. Sometimes the AK mag doesn't like certain brands, and sometimes it does. But I run the PTS.
You're gonna get that with anything.
Yeah, you're gonna get that with any AK mag though. That's the only one that's brand specific. All the other mags they make are really, really good, and they have some very unique ones that nobody else makes another mag for. Because honestly, I'm glad they're doing it. Their mags are great.
Oh yeah, fantastic. You can't really go wrong with PTS mags. If you've been in the game long enough, they're kind of the standard at this point. So if you were going to start Airsoft this year, what would you do differently than when you first started?
I was going to start Airsoft this year. I would not care so much about trying to be super hyper different because when I first started, I didn't want an M4, and then I got a Scar, which was awesome, but like I couldn't like swap the uppers out for like a shorter or longer one. You always had to go into it. Probably what I would do is if I was going to start right now, I would just immediately get like a mechanical system and a 33-gram stock. That's what I would do if I was going to start out again because I love that type of setup. It's one of my favorite ones to do.
Now the biggest difference is the difference in what was available.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For me when I started and what is available today. I would probably save more to buy my initial replica.
Yes.
Instead of just like, oh, well, I want something now.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have traded as many guns. I would have held on to stuff.
Yeah.
I would have focused on one thing more heavily. Now, that's just with my experience because I have tried everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like curiosity of when you begin is
you're just diving in.
Is what is the reason you're changing things so frequently is just simply based on the fact that I want to try different things. I haven't used it, so I want to. But now that I have, I can kind of hone in.
Yeah.
Because I'm
like even what I said, I was like, my thing that I wanted if I was going to start right now is very specific because I've tried a lot of different things, and you know, nobody starts out with an HPA gun. Let's be real. Nobody's first gun is an HPA rifle.
You'd be surprised.
Well, okay, but realistically, most people are buying an AG.
On average,
most people are buying an AG. I think if it was me, I would do a similar answer to what he gave, which is basically I'd save a little more. I think is the biggest thing. I'd save a little bit more than just grabbing the first thing, and I'd get something that could handle some heavier weights out of the box, and I would buy heavyweights out of the box. Those would be the first big changes I probably would have made.
I think I'd listen to more people who have experience.
Yeah. There's a lot of knowledgeable people now, too. There's a lot of YouTubers. There's a wide pool of people to listen to now.
Just figure out who's the good ones to listen to. That's really the end of the day.
Yeah.
But like everyone has their own opinion and their own experience with different things. So that's a cool question.
Love your questions, dude.
Yeah.
You always put good questions in.
He's killing it as always. So happy to see you guys all right after the crazy night. On a more Airsoft note, what's the best gearbox upgrade in your opinion? If you're going into a gearbox and you've opened it and you can only do one thing to that gearbox, I would do a gate tighten.
If you're opening the gearbox, I'm wondering, I'm between some type of MOSFET, whether it's a gate tighten, a Perun, or a Jeftron.
MOSFET, I just use gates, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Or is a motor a better upgrade?
It's not in the gearbox.
I know. Well, technically, it's in a Perun.
Technically, but you don't have to crack the gearbox to get it out.
Don't.
That's how I view it.
Technically.
Motor and a MOSFET. There you go.
Motor and MOSFET would be the first two things I would change out of any gun unless it already came with a very,
High torque motor.
Like a high torque motor. A lot of them are now coming with a high torque motor. So generally don't need to do that anymore. But yeah, MOSFET's probably one of the first things I do if we're cracking that thing open. MOSFET. A trigger MOSFET, not like an inline MOSFET, a trigger MOSFET.
Yeah, that's a good one too. How much stuff was stolen? It's kind of an internal thing right now. Once we progress a little further, we can open this info up to you guys.
Yeah, I think probably in like a week or two we'll be able to answer a lot more of these questions more openly, but we can't say a lot of stuff because it's an ongoing investigation. We don't want to like say things we shouldn't, and it's not really the time to say that right now. The main thing right now is that nobody at the shop is hurt. We still can be operational and everything is fine. That's the big takeaways right now.
Yeah. We're on our way to see you. See you guys soon. So we're in the air on our way to see you.
Yeah. Have a good safe flight, guys. Enjoy Philly when you're there, and then we'll see you guys at Off Liberty.
Should be a fun weekend.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I'm super excited about this weekend, dude.
How many people do we have going from the shop? I think we got like, what, 6 to 8 people or something like that? Including the crew working?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Preston's in the house.
Oh, great.
I love that dude. Don't you be saying mean things.
Yay, Preston.
It's my best friend.
Yay, Preston.
Hey friends.
I love Preston.
I know, me too. I'm a noob day. Oh, I stole 3 Glocks out of your store. How should I return them?
Josh, go away.
Bring them to noob day. You guys are awful. I appreciate the jokes.
I do like the jokes.
It is funny. Tom drinking Celsius is a red flag.
This was given to me by
I agree.
somebody else. I would not have grabbed this myself. It's okay. It's not rain. It is a red flag, yeah.
0.32 is 0.36 is my favorite BB.
Yeah, that's very, very good weights. They're very, very good all around.
Very good. Can't go wrong.
Well, actually,
I probably can't see the emoji.
yeah.
When earthquake. We're having an earthquake. Glad everyone is okay. Thanks, homie. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Tom is probably one of the Reddit kids mad about kicking.
I hate that man.
I'm furious.
I hate you. No, I think I've met him once, and I think it was at Arsenal. He's just a dude with an accent who likes sniping. I have no opinion on personalities in Airsoft because we generally meet them and they're real people to us. So they're just people.
People who play the toy gun game.
Yeah.
Which would you rather do for a DMR? Think about pricing. MDW3 with a CO2 stock, easy install, or an HM110 with a CO2 stock, difficult install and pricey. Thanks. I'll be watching later for the answer. I would do the MTW.
I would do the MTW because it has a 308 magazine, so you're probably not going to be restricted on using it as a DMR in most mil sims. The only reason I can see that you would not get that gun is you're worried about pricing. I mean, you could get higher than the base MTW 308 very quickly if you go with different engines and different bodies and stuff. Like, I mean, you grab the H&K M110, you're talking like a $900 base gun, and that's before you HPA it. So
and labor and parts.
Yeah,
I
so
do the MTW.
I would do the MTW. The only thing I can see with the MTW is like some people, some event producers might not recognize that as, well, that's not modeled after a real DMR, so they might restrict it for some reason, but I don't actually see that happening because that's a 308 mag.
Usually 308 is the kind of mark.
Yeah, so it should be fine. I would just do the MTW 308 if you're going to do anything because it's from the factory. They QC test the living hell out of it. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't get that.
I have an F2000. Is there an HPA system for that gun? The gearbox is an AUG.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. I wish Bingo's webpage was still up because he actually had this catalog of how he did all of his HPA builds. If you guys don't know who Bingo Customs is,
You're not old enough.
A, you're not old. We're old. But B, he kind of did everything with fusion engines originally before there were other drop-in engines, and he walked you through like what he did. It's very informative, very, very cool, honestly, learning about how to HPA things from that. There is a way to do it. It's a substantial amount of work, but it's not like it's unobtainable. You would need a universal trigger board is the main core of how you're going to do that.
Yeah. I just installed a max hop, and when I full auto, it will misfeed and clogs. How do I fix that?
The main thing we do, if it's one of the newer ones, like the red, the blue, the silver, like that generation of max hop-ups, if you're noticing clogs and the only thing you've really changed is that hop-up unit, sometimes the little BB retention thing, whatever mags you're using or where the mag is getting caught on your mag catch, sometimes it doesn't press it fully. It presses it enough to allow BBs to flow, but it causes just a little bit of resistance. there's two little tiny screws that you can take out to disable that feature to basically delete the BB retention thing. So when you pull your mag out, BBs don't fall out. Downside, your BBs will not fall out. Plus side, it will create less resistance and may help you in the long run. And if it's still causing issues, you may want to just go back to your stock hop-up. Because sometimes you do need a little bit more work, and honestly, maybe the easiest solution is just to not use it.
Yeah.
But you can get them to work, and they work very well when you can get them to work.
Yeah. So yeah, check out by removing that, and that would be good.
Stop aging us, Tom. If you know who Bingo Customs is, you're officially old.
Bye, Bo. We'll see you this weekend,
See you,
brother. Safe flight, safe travels. Where are they answering? So we answer questions from Instagram, TikTok, and our YouTube chat.
Yes,
so
we're like all over the place.
We try to move across them, so we're answering kind of all in orders. But we'll get to your question, and if I do miss it, just by the amount of people joining and stuff, just repeat it, and I'll get to it. When it comes to airsoft tech, is that lingo?
Yeah,
Lingo, what your trigger work that just sets you off and you go on an hour rant?
Oh, what's your trigger word, I think, that just sets you off and you go on an hour rant?
V3s suck. No, V3 triggers are difficult because they're not. They're not difficult at all. Tom was doing it V3 once. He was complaining about the trigger string.
I hate the trigger
These
string.
things are awful.
I hate the
Why do
trigger
people
string.
like these? And I was like,
And I was screaming it loud enough because I'm like, I want Wes to hear.
and I did.
I want Wes to hear.
That's my
working
trigger.
on a version 3.
V3s are so easy. Tom's very good at V3s. I'm just giving him all the
I
time.
would say probably if somebody tells me to use the stock hop up of a KWA in an HBA build, that's very triggering to me. Not that they're not good when they're AEGs, but the stock hop up of a KWA, if you haven't worked on one, is designed to work with the nozzle, which has a little bump in it. So the
ridge.
Yeah, so like when that ridge goes in, it's not a perfect circle for their hop up. It has like a little extra bump on it, which when you HPA them creates a way for air to like back pressure the wrong way. So you end up having a lot of air leak problems between the nozzle and the bucking. It's very triggering to me when somebody insists that they want that it's the best thing, and I go, no, not in the setup that you want. It's very triggering, yes.
He uses PTS mags with the max hop. Yeah, so I would just mess around with the BB retention.
Yeah.
Where the BBs go into the hop up chamber. That little black flap that keeps the BBs from falling back out. Take the 2 screws out, remove it.
Yep.
Remove the extra resistance, and you should.
Worst case, if they're brand new mags, you might want to load them a few times. There is a little bit of a break-in period with brand new PTS mags. I do like a full load dump like 10 times and see if that like gets rid of any binding that the spring has going on from factory.
MTW is killer all around.
They're crazy good. I will never not talk up the MTW. They're great guns. The quality control, the manufacturing, everything that goes into that gun is fantastic system.
Good stuff. And then a random question that's never been asked. What's your least favorite build?
Like that we own or just do?
I'm just going in general.
My least favorite build is probably one that I've done 100 times over. I know what to do, and it, for some reason, won't work for the dumbest of reasons. We had that happen one time with some G&G Raiders, where the plastic had actually like bent a little bit, and since all G&G Raiders have been fixed since then, but the barrels were slightly canted. And when it was an AG, it would shoot straight because there was like enough wobble, I guess, on the nozzle that it just worked. But when you had an HPA unit into it and with dead perfect alignment, like absolutely perfect, we were using a 4-scope and everything to make sure, and it would still curve. And we were like, what the heck is going on here? And that was a big problem. That is absolutely our least favorite build. It's since been corrected. This was years ago at this point, but that was our least favorite build.
My least favorite build is probably anything Tom's built.
Yeah, except he used it in April Fool's Day, so
It wasn't even April Fool's. I don't know. You guys didn't really buy up the Bluetooth lines. They were really good. They're still good. They're still available.
I love that you used it for that. It just works so well.
Yeah, it works on any HP engine.
It does.
But in all seriousness, my least favorite build. I don't know.
Have you built a P90? Have you built a P90?
I own 2 of them at one point. I love the P90.
I love the P90. They're great. I'm just like, the gearbox is kind of annoying.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, there's not many that really nothing upsets me.
Oh, I know what upsets you. Any build where he does and hands it to a guy, and immediately the first game that he's handed it to that guy it breaks. Then he gets it back and he fixes it, and the same guy breaks it again, and he gets it back and he fixes it and he breaks it again. It breaks the exact same way every time because the gun isn't built bad. The guy is just destroying it. So that's the kind of build he hates.
Is that a real instance?
That was a real instance, and I'll remind you of what it is later.
That does sound frustrating. Either way,
I think it was the RPK.
The RPK always breaks, but
Yeah.
that's just the RPK.
Yeah, but there was a particular set of instances where it was the individual and not the gun.
No, the RPK is cool. We got our new buffer tube, or dust cover pin, so it's ready to roll.
Okay.
If I were to get another hop up, which would you recommend?
For what gun?
Yeah, what gun is it going into, my
And
friend?
what's your barrel build as well?
Yeah, give us some more details.
I mean, what gun? Is it HPA or AG? And then what barrel build? And then I can tell you hop up.
Does anyone make a simplified PKM wiring harness? I'm getting a lot of resistance and heat from the stock configuration.
You're talking about as an AG, I'm assuming. I don't think anybody makes an upgraded one for the PKM, but there are definitely wiring harnesses for HPA stuff.
I'm assuming AEG, like you said, because I don't really know of many 7.4 lipos creating resistance.
No.
Truthfully, man, if you're pretty decent with soldering, just stick as thick of a wire that you can physically fit and kind of rebuild it.
Yeah. Yeah, you might want to get some heavier duty wire and also grab some flux for when you're doing your soldering. It helps get rid of a lot of resistance and helps.
Make sure you're wired to Deans.
Yes.
And then you might want to look into changing your C rating. So if you have a super high dump battery,
yeah, it's gonna heat up.
If you have a 50C battery, that thing is just pouring. Maybe drop down a little bit, and it might help you out a little bit. We'll wait until we get some more info on the hop up. And then, how can I fix my no safety pre-built gun from you guys?
Send us a video. We'll take a look at it. If you requested a hair tune, then it would have no safety on it because we have to take it up so far that we can't put a safety into it. But if it's actually causing a problem and you're supposed to have safety on it, reach out to customer service, sales and customer service, and then send us a video of what's going on. And we'll try and take a look at it and figure out what's going on with it.
So yeah, the hop-up question is an AG. It's Mark 18 Prometheus 603 triple cut EG type board. Okay, so AG next. It shouldn't have any. So check too if you put your finger up into the mag well and grab the hop-up. Make sure that it's not moving around either.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
If you've changed it out, because if it's moving or has play, it's not going to function correctly.
Yeah, that would be a very big reason. And also, if that is happening, we sell O-ring kits. I should have come with a spring with that max to help with get rid of the slop. If that's really not working for you, I would try and grab a Crytek stock hop up because they're one of my go-tos as far as they work very well. They're not the best on the market, but they always work.
Yeah. Stock hop up, add O-rings to barrel, and make sure it passed the BB drop test. Yeah. Vic, my man, always Always coming out of the woodwork. How's the search for the thief going?
Ongoing.
Ongoing currently.
If you know anything, please call in at 1-800-AMP.
That's not a real number.
It's
Don't
not a
call
real
that.
number. If you call that number, please tell me who picks up.
Don't call that number.
Please
Don't call that number.
Call 1-800-AMP Airsoft.
No. No.
It's our hotline. Sorry.
Too much work going on here already.
It's our hotline.
PKM. It's an AAG and tweet. I appreciate the info. Of course. If you have any questions, let us know.
It's a hair trigger tune. Yeah, so for what we do with our hair trigger tunes is we actually disable the safety on that, and it is in the description when you buy, so that we let you know ahead of time. We disable the safety on it because we take the trigger up so close to the actual button that it's almost impossible to put a safety lever there. Now, can you do it? Yes. It's just very hard, and you can go through a lot of different safety levers to get the exact measurement just right for you to still have safety and a hair tune to the sensitivity that we put them at. So if it was a hair tune one, then there wouldn't be a safety.
So what did they take? I saw the IG post. Where it's still an ongoing investigation, so we can't really release all those details. But as we learn more,
we're still operational. That's the main thing. We're still operational. Nobody got hurt, so we're all good. Oh, that's a good one from Paragon. At the bottom. We'll get to it. I called that number. I called that number, and they asked me, well, "What am I wearing?"
It's
definitely us. That's definitely we would still answer that way.
We would. Maybe it is us.
Oh my God, we actually have a 1-800 number that we never knew.
No, we don't. Don't call it, please. Then we're gonna get people angry because they're like, I've been calling the shop for weeks.
Calling 1-800-AMP Airsoft for weeks.
Any tips on how to deal with getting burned out from the sport?
This is a really great question, especially Paragon. I know you're in the industry. I think it's a little different from if you're working in the industry versus if you're somebody who just goes a lot. I'm going to take it from our perspective, industry-wise. Something that we do, something that I do is I pick certain events in a year that are the events I'm going to go to as a player. And I try and pick those, whenever, either right when they're announced, try and do it like 4 months in advance, 6 months in advance, something like that. And I just go and I go by myself, where I meet up with some local players that I know out in that area. And that is my way of kind of detaching from the fact that I have a job in this industry, but I also still want to be a player and be part of the hobby and everything. That's one thing that's helped me. The other thing that's helped me is it's going to sound really weird, but is also treat this like, well, this is a job. This is a job. You are going to come in every day and you are going to have to do certain things. There's going to be a grind to it. Anyways, it is a job. And focusing on things outside of this does help. But trying to get past burnout, I think, is basically trying to focus on why you got into it in the first place, finding that core, going after it separately from your work, and don't involve work if you can. That's what I've tried to do. And it's definitely helped in the last year, I'd say, get me more back involved and reinvigorated to be involved.
You're gonna get burnout.
Yeah.
I can't even sit here and say that there's a million ways to probably help prevent it. But you're gonna get burnout, and then you're gonna want to take a break. And the only way to, in my opinion, just not permanently burn yourself out of an amazing game is take those breaks. If you try to push through it and just keep playing, that's how burnout begins.
Yeah.
And then if you push too far, it'll just be kind of depending on the type of person you are, it'll be, you can't come back from it. So take a break, take your time. And I think focus on other hobbies. Don't let Airsoft I can't say this for everybody. It's just this is me. Like Tom said, This is everybody. Don't let Airsoft be if you work in it, don't let it be the only thing.
Yeah.
Because it'll just start to build. I mean, it's just the way it is.
You're constantly in it. You're constantly involved.
There's no escape.
Yeah, there's no escape from it. You need some type of way to detach from it. So when you come back to it, you go, "Oh, I do. This is why I enjoy doing this."
Well, if your escape is if airsoft is your hobby and your escape, but it's also what is causing you the need for an escape. Yeah, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. And I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about this topic because I think a lot of people in the industry deal with it because this is a hobby industry. It starts out as you really want to do something fun, and then if you actually end up working in it, then it's like I started out with this being a release from my other job, the rest of other things going on in my life, and now this is my release. And now while I'm working in it, this is no longer just a release. This is the way I make my money or something like that. This is the way I supply things for my family. Perfect thing of what he said though is for me, like I started getting into barbecuing. I started getting into cars and stuff to have something else. I love it, dude. I do.
Continue.
I love it. But yeah, that's the way to avoid it is basically have ways to separate from it and be able to take a step back, healthy wise, because you're not going to avoid burnout. It will happen, but you need to be able to learn how to deal with it. That's what I said.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, boys, head back to work. Be safe and well. Dude, thank you always for awesome questions. They're always good, and they lead us down giant rabbit holes, so I appreciate it.
For sure. You play paintball as well, or is it forbidden? Definitely not forbidden.
Not forbidden, no. But actually, one of the guys in the shop the other day was asking if we all wanted to go play paintball at a local paintball field just to go play paintball.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I play airsoft. Like, I won't do that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I never had any interest personally.
I did some paintball when I was younger, and part of the reason I didn't do it was because I was doing airsoft, and I was like, it's way less money to do airsoft, and I don't have to like worry about my clothes when I get back in the car.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at paintball. I like paintball. I think it's cool. I like airsoft better.
Dick said also game at TFR Field April 27th on the BYOB note.
All right.
Cool. I lost service for a second as you were talking about my hair tune. Like Tom said, hair tune. It's just because when you select a hair tune on the website, you essentially agree to have your safety removed. It takes a ton of time and a ton of filing and tuning to get a safety to function with a hair tune.
Yeah.
So we just can't logically do it.
For how sensitive we make it.
Yeah.
We can make it less sensitive and give you a safety. But with how sensitive we make it, it's very, very hard to get that safety lever that close to still work as a safety consistently because you're going to rely on it if it's there, and give you the level of sensitivity that we put them to.
Yeah.
I currently don't have any personal guns for sale.
Read the question first, then answer the question.
And if you guys had any personal guns for sale, I don't believe I have any right now.
I have everything for sale at the right price. No. Absolutely.
I've sold too many things that I've regretted selling, but I'm just like, I'm a hoarder now.
No, I just have a built MP5A5. That is all. Big question. I sweat a lot. What's the best no fog eye pro? I run an i5 with an X fog.
i5 with an F box, and you're still having problems.
You've pretty much peaked, my friend.
I mean, the main thing at that point is you need to figure out airflow, which you're already using an X fog, and if the i5 is fogging up on you, you're really hitting a bar that's hard to figure out. Something you can try is switching to glasses with a helo kit and still using your X fog, so you're not having that condensation from your breath in the same area that your goggles are.
It's a smaller set.
Yeah.
Something that's separate.
Yeah, something that's like a two-piece system you might want to look into. That's not like you want full seal, which is what the helo kit's for, but you don't want something that's like suction to your face maybe, so you get good airflow. That would be what I would try next. But you fogging with a i5 and an X-Fog system going, you either A, want to add in anti-fog wipes into that mixture, or you need to, I don't know, change something up. That's crazy that that's happening.
Can't wait to see you guys this weekend at Liberty.
Oh, hell yeah, man. We'll see you
Can't wait
later.
to see you either. Come say hi. Come play toy guns. It should be a lot of fun. Liberty. I'm camping.
I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed.
I'm debating if I'm going to bring a tent and just camp with you guys. Like I might, because I'm going to work the event, but I'll probably just bring my hot tent.
Or, well, I have a question that's not live. It's work related,
Whatever.
so I got to ask you after this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it should be cool. The Forerunner will finally be using my very expensive rooftop tent setup. I've only used it like a handful of times.
I haven't seen that thing on your Forerunner, I think, 8 months.
Well, it's been winter for one, and I lose 2 to 3 miles a gallon with it.
Okay,
It's
that's
a freaking windshield on the front.
Wait, so you're driving that thing the whole way there with that tent?
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, I want to tally how many times you gas.
How many miles is it?
Is
it under 5?
I think it should be under 500. I think it's a little over 400. I want to say.
That's 2 tanks. Okay, give or take.
Fully loaded?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll hook you up to the truck.
I'll draft you.
Yes, I know.
If I draft you, I'm good.
I never have to fill up. Why are you pulling over?
No, I should draft you. What size barrel? What best barrel size for Tokyo Marui 5.1? Crazy Jet.
No size.
It's the 5.1 Crazy Jet barrel.
Yeah, look up whatever that is. I think it's a little over 100 millimeters in length. But yeah, the Crazy Jet one's really good, or the PDI specific one is very good as well. I can't.
113 millimeters.
Yep.
$25.
And if you're doing it, get an Autobot bucking, and you'll love life.
Yes. Correct. Bought a 3D printer, and the first thing I printed is a carbine kit, but it snapped after some use. What filament would you recommend for airsoft that is durable?
ABS is a really good one for airsoft. PETG is honestly probably going to be the best accessible one that is also pretty strong and stronger than PLA. You can use PLA when you're doing 3D printing for airsoft. You just got to play around with how, like, the angle that the prints are printed at to make them stronger. I would watch a few different YouTube channels about just how the geometry affects the strength of prints. There's a few different people on YouTube that are specific for 3D printing, and all of it applies. If you're in the, I think it's the 2A 3D printed group on Facebook, or even 3D prints for airsoft, I think is another group on Facebook. There's a ton of guys on there that are really knowledgeable and really helpful. We do some 3D printing stuff here. Playing around with your settings is really going to help with that strength of that part. But when you're getting to that big of a thing, also how you print the pieces and how they go together are going to be a major component of it. So engineering it is going to end up being a lot of the reason why it has strength. So I'll get into a deep rabbit hole if I keep down that tangent, but look up a few more YouTube videos, and if you need some help, DM us and email us, and I can try and send you some links to some helpful people and some helpful videos. Or excuse me.
No, you're cool. 3D printing is awesome. I don't understand it that well, but very, very cool. Any updates on the robbery? Currently an ongoing investigation. Everyone is safe.
Everybody's safe.
And product can be replaced.
We're still operational, and the retail will be open. I had a few calls. We've had a lot of calls. I'm gonna be as frank as I can with you guys while still being considerate to the fact that there's ongoing investigation. There was a break-in that happened. Things were stolen. Nobody was here at the time of it. Everybody is in good health and safe here at the company. What they stole can be replaced. We are still operational, and it is not going to affect us that harshly. And I really do appreciate all you guys being worried about us. I actually really do. It's really awesome, honestly, how the community is. But we are all fine here. I don't want any of you guys worrying about us. We are all good here.
Safe as can be.
Yep.
When can I see an Airsoft AK-47? I don't have one here.
Yeah. Well, we could.
Yeah, TikTok would ban us.
I mean, there's a ton on our website. If you just want to see one on a computer screen,
You'll probably see one at any Airsoft event you attend.
yeah, any single one. I mean, yeah,
They're everywhere.
everywhere. They're probably, I think they are the second most popular platform in Airsoft.
Yeah. I heard TPU is good with 100% infill, but I don't know about the flexibility during.
I would not use TPU or any flex filaments thing for a carbine kit. You do want some type of flex. You do want a level of flex. We're getting back into 3D printing for people who don't understand what TPU is. But I would not use anything that is dedicated for flexibility in a carbine kit. You do, like I said, want some type of give, and PLA actually is quite good for that. There's a lot of different forms of PLA too. PETG is actually a form of PLA that has a little bit of give, it has a little bit of flex, but I would not use a dedicated flexible material for building a carbine kit because it's going to be too wobbly on you, even with 100% infill.
Smart stuff. Will you guys carry the Elvish Tech 6.03 inner barrels and their RHOP and M nubs?
Yeah, we can add it.
Yeah, I mean, Elvish Tech stuff's awesome. Yeah, the techs are putting patches on barrels all the time. So I think the pre-cut stuff is
I love the pre-cut stuff.
So smart. RHOP used to be like the reason to not do RHOP was because it was a pain in the butt.
Yep.
And now it's like
Laser cut,
drop it in, glue it in, you're good to go.
Yep. Carefully, still.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, it's a lot simpler. We don't have to have like a specialized machine to do it. We just order from Elvish Tech, and this stuff's really good.
Oh, here you go. Preline 95A TPU is very rigid like nylon, almost so it's easier to print than nylon, but has the give like nylon to give help with durability. And then how does ABS and PETG hold up in sunny conditions? Scared of PLA because it melts and only lasts a couple of years before biodegrading. You guys are smart as hell, dude. I'm over here like, yeah, those are words.
Those are so different. So actually, I'll say it to you. So ABS is a certain type of plastic. PETG is a different blend of plastic that has different features to it, and PLA is the main one that people use generally when they're 3D printing with. It's the one that pretty much everybody else starts out with. So how does ABS and PETG hold up in sunny conditions? A lot better. Your concern with PLA is very founded. Some ways to mitigate that are to put some types of extra coating on the outside of a different material, such as like a rubberized compound that you can spray on or stuff like that to try and keep it insulated so it isn't melting in the sun. Some other things to consider, though, with ABS, you need a lot of temperature control when you're printing with ABS, and there's a lot of fumes that are given off when printing with it. Your prints can get bad very quickly with ABS, whereas PETG is a little bit better with temperatures. Like if you have a fluctuation of temperatures while you're printing, it can be better, and it can hold up a lot better in sunlight, just like ABS would, compared to PLA. And yes, the 95A TPU, I have never worked with that myself. I'm just going off of some of the stuff that I know I've worked with. I'm sure it can work, but yeah, like I said, I would, if you're trying to get something that's going to work for a longer time, PETG is the next step I would go if you're having problems with PLA.
3D printing is a whole other hobby, man. Definitely do some research.
Oh, dude, it's like what I'm saying right now is just YouTube videos, months of YouTube videos, and different research in different groups of like how I was doing it, when I was doing it a lot more. There's a lot of info that you need to digest before you really can tune that tool you're using to make something really cool.
ABS and PETG will survive a hot car most likely. PLA and PLA Plus will warp in a hot car.
Yes.
Learning something new every single day. Do something, learn something new. Do you know if they will allow Enola Gay EG67s or tag-in AFG6 grenades at AMS, specifically Liberty?
As far as I'm aware, history says yes. Both of those should be allowed at the game. We haven't heard any restrictions on that thus far. So if you have EG67s or tag AFG6s / AFG4s, or any fragmentation tag grenade that's not like the crazy one, should be allowed. Like I said, we have not heard any restrictions thus far. So.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't have a Red Bull today. No, I don't want any more of Celsius.
Celsius. This is the first time I've ever had one.
Ross can hear us now.
Oh, great.
Hi, Ross.
Great.
How are you?
Thanks, Ross.
Thank you, Ross. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Have you guys had the chance to try out the E&L T191? How is it? HPA GBB seems cool.
The one from that show.
We've held it.
We've held it. It seems when I was messing with it at shot, it seems like it's very much a Tippmann M4, like the original Tippmann system. If you guys have played around with that, seems really cool. If it's a little more refined, like I think it is, it'll probably be even better than the Tippmann. And the Tippmann EPA system
pretty good.
Was one of the best. It just was a little bit unreliable as far as shot consistency went. This seems like the way they designed it, it might work better, but I need a little bit more on, like, hands-on with it. So.
Yeah, looks really cool.
Yeah,
like something I would definitely own. I'd like to learn a little bit more about it, maybe get my hands on it and shoot it. I think would be the best thing to do from here. Is it possible to use a real Glock switch on the GHK Glocks because of the striker system instead of the standard hammer? Don't mix parts. Don't. Probably not. If I'm gonna be completely honest.
The specs on airsoft stuff legally have to be slightly off. Like if you try to put a real M4 magazine in a airsoft gun, most of the time they will not fit. I would say 90-95% of the time they won't fit. And in this case as well, it probably won't match up. I wouldn't try.
Yeah, don't get yourself into that. So steer clear, brother. Yes.
I'm not reading that one.
What?
I'm just going to be biased against Moose today.
So the G&G Lever 15 seems dope.
It does. It seems really cool. I've seen some videos with it. I think a lot of people will actually buy it and take it to open place when it comes out.
Yeah, lever actions. We've gone full circle. I want like a spring-powered lever action that's DSR-10 compatible. So it shoots like 300 feet. That's a lever
cool.
action.
You could put actual aftermarket parts in it.
Yeah.
See, I think the only problem with a spring-powered one is when you would want to like have that very smooth, light.
It wouldn't exist.
It would. You would have to be like flanking forward, and then it would, cock, and then
it's all break.
Yeah,
it would 100% break.
Yeah, 100% break.
It would break. Sadly. Okay, good there. We're good here.
6 minutes.
6 minutes. 6 minutes. That's a Eminem thing. A rap god. I think it's 6 minutes. Really? 6 minutes? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
6 minutes?
No.
You're on? 6 minutes? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, who's going to the Minnesota Airsoft Convention?
Don't know yet.
TBD.
Yeah.
TBD. To be
determined.
Determined. Shady is gone. Thank you, Vic. Vic, I feel like you're a big Eminem person for some reason. I just feel like Vic gets in his Ford Focus and he's like, yeah, time to turn on some old Slim Shady. He's just like, the real Slim Shady, please stand up, like Vic's driving down the road. I just see that. Is that right? You don't have to answer. It's not right. whoever is, better be ready for Top Golf. Tom looks like Slim Shady. What?
Sure.
I didn't even know Tony was in the line.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in the live. I'm more of a trap music kind of guy and metal. A man of culture.
I actually had no idea what kind of music Vic was into. I just feel like it would just be like completely random. I feel like Vic. I think. I feel like Vic is an Elvis Presley kind of guy.
He literally just said trap and metal.
I think it's a cover. I think it's a cover. I think he puts us on Elvis Presley.
ADHD, anything but country.
So Elvis Presley.
I mean, that's not country. It's king of rock and roll.
Absolutely. There you go. See,
I guess you're right in this weird instance.
I'm always right, Tom. That's something you'll learn about me. I'm always right. I'm kidding.
You're not.
I am not.
You guys should do a funny prank and bring a paintball gun to a laser tag. No.
That's not funny. That's painful.
Yeah, that's
It's like a poor 8-year-old's having a birthday party with
Yeah.
laser tag, and then I just put a welt this big. Paintballs hurt, man.
No, I'm not.
I don't like paintballs.
Elvis Presley trap remix. All right.
Is that a thing?
That's what he said.
Y'all just shipped my HPA order. Oh yeah, brother. What'd you order? What'd you get? That's assault.
That's assault.
Absolutely. Tom is Slim Shady and Wes is Eminem.
I don't. Okay.
Tony, are you okay?
Tony, what's wrong?
I feel like. Are you good, man?
Tony,
what's wrong, bub?
can you talk? Let's do amp therapy on the.
No, we're not doing
Let's
therapy.
do amp therapy.
No. I'm not pouring you.
Tony, come here.
No. He said no. He was responding to if he's okay, which is not. He's not. Tony's going to be at Liberty.
Yes, we will. Tony, it's gonna be me, Tony, Logan, Kay. I think Trey. Right? Yeah.
No, you're organizing this.
I just know that I'm going, and the drivers of the other people I named because I needed to make sure the paperwork was good.
Or start dropping with the kit. Hell yeah, brother. That's going to be exciting. Tag us on Instagram when you get it. I'll try to share it. The world isn't ready for amp therapy. No, it's not. No, it is not.
But we can still do it.
We could still do
We
it.
can do it.
But in all seriousness, guys, this weekend is Up Liberty in central Pennsylvania, central-ish.
More Poconos.
Poconos, PA. I don't know.
Northeastern Pennsylvania.
Is it really that far? I thought it was kind of central. Isn't it 4 hours?
Central-
5 hours?
Yeah, but it's way past Airsoft.
Oh. Okay. Well, then this weekend, Off Liberty, we're going to be there. Make sure you go if you can. It's going to be a good time.
Come out, hang out with us. We're going to have a great time. And if you guys aren't going to that, I'm pretty sure Preston's still in here. He knows what I'm going to say. Noob Day is the following weekend. So if you guys aren't going off Liberty, you can see us at Noob Day.
But we appreciate yeah, that's nowhere near central. Thank you. We've all learned my geography is terrible. But either way, my geography stays the same as awful, and we do this lunchtime live once a week, and my geography never gets better. So you can join us next week, same time, 1 p.m. every Wednesday, here on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok for the lunchtime live. So we'll see you guys this weekend, and if not, we'll catch you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
I'm going to keep dancing. Cameras off because we have 3, like I said, every week. Because our outro is actually now me just talking to you randomly. Like he has the outro that he just did because you guys were here for live, and I'm still talking.